If you have scoliosis or kyphosis, this workout and the ideas that I'm talking about will help you get out of pain. It'll help you feel stronger, more confident in your body, and build your highest posture. Now, somebody may have told you that there's nothing you can do about it, that, this stuff can't be fixed. I'm here to tell you exactly the opposite. There is so much that you can do about it, and you kind of have to. You don't have a choice. Giving up and letting gravity win is one of the most catastrophic things you could do that will cause you a lot of pain down the road. I have a structural 85-degree, very severe kyphosis and scoliosis. It means that to prevent catastrophic collapse, the spine in the middle of my back has seized up and fused essentially, and so I have very, very little movement in that area. So it's not comfortable to lie on a flat bench and do something like a chest press where my shoulder is going to be pushing through ranges of motion that are not healthy for my structure. What I'm doing here is an example of how I modify workouts to make them kyphosis and scoliosis friendly. In all of my workouts, you'll find I'm doing one or all three of these three things. First, I'm looking for ways to unravel the compensations and the tightness that my body creates in order to prevent a collapse and just hold myself up. If we start working out without unraveling first, we end up just making those tightness, those tensions, those compensations stronger. I also focus on alignment by using pressurization of my breath internally to restructure myself internally as I go through movements that help my body stack and get into alignment. And the third thing I'm doing is fortifying. That's where I'm building strength in my new, healthier, flowy posture. I do workouts that focus on one of those things or all three of those things, or sometimes one a little bit more than others. Today's workout is a little bit more about fortification. I feel really good, really healthy, really aligned, so I'm focusing on building strength in my highest posture. When I discover different things going on in my body through awareness, I can spend weeks or months or years sometimes unraveling and aligning. A more traditional workout will do things like this, where you're really isolating a particular muscle group. You're using 60 to 90 seconds of time under tension and progressively overloading the muscles in that area. When you approach strength a bit more holistically and you include the wetsuit of fascia that we have in our bodies, you'll start exploring how this fascia helps you generate strength in a lot of different positions. When we've been holding an imbalanced posture for many, many years, our fascia is imbalanced and clustered and clumped as well. And so moving into positions like this and going through a simple bicep range of motion here, I'm actually really loosening, aligning my entire myofascial structure throughout the body. It may look odd, and the goal here isn't to build my biceps. The goal here is to explore generating strength through this elongated range of motion. Just like when you bend your knees with tight pants on, the same thing happens with our myofascial wetsuit. And so generating strength in this position forces my body into alignment to do the maneuver. During these movements, I find I often have to reset because I'm actually reconfiguring how my body is holding itself. Since beginning the process of unraveling myself about 7 years ago, I've noticed that I've been able to put on more size and more strength when I've released my fascia. The adhesions and the restrictions from a tight and imbalanced fascial structure had really been holding back my progress. I can't recommend enough how valuable this journey is. I know they have told many of us that progress is impossible. But every time I go into the gym, I feel it. I feel the changes happening within. I see them happening without. I hear the fascia uncrumpling, and I feel the clicks of alignment. I realize how important my tongue and my jaw structure is when I'm doing basic movements like this. I realize that it's all connected. And as I'm doing a move like this, the way that I hold my weight onto my heels or my toes, or my mouth and jaw and tongue into a tight or relaxed position, can really affect the alignment progress that I make during these movements. A few years back, I was still so twisted up that I couldn't even imagine doing something like a sissy squat. I would suggest to you that you don't rush through these things. Don't try to do a movement just for the sake of doing it. Instead of trying to do something 10 times, do it one time well. Do it with form. Do it with that deep inner aligned strength that chain of strength that we have within, not our compensated chain of strength. If you don't know what that means, please go to posturedojo.com. Inside, you'll find the Heightmaxxing protocol. It's a psychosomatic, holistic posture correction protocol that will give you the awareness and the ability to become the sculptor of your own posture, the builder of your own body. Chances are the strength that you think you have is created from a imbalanced chain of strength throughout your body. If you just rush through something like the sissy squat, your body will activate your familiar chain of strength that's imbalanced. But the healing process begins by learning not to activate that structure, to learn to build strength from the deep core, which means instead of being able to pull off a few repetitions of a move, you might have to start by just doing one with assistance. This type of strength has taken me years to build up. It's a process of starting where you can and getting your body feeling comfortable, confident, and trusting that you're able to start doing some movements that you haven't done before. If you don't know the difference between what stability in your core and stability using your compensations is, do not try this movement. I make it my goal to replace wobbles with stability. I noticed that when I was descending some stairs, 2 stairs at a time onto my heels, that I was generating wobble through the movement. So instead of just ignoring it and accepting it, I took the chance to practice going through this range of motion with slow, stable movement. Slow is smooth. If you can't do a movement smoothly, do it slowly. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. That's how we retrain our body to use the muscles that it should be using. We have to learn and practice and integrate movements that we haven't done before. As soon as you give your body that, it'll learn to adapt. New mind-body connections are made, and that's where the new strength can begin. That's it for today's workout. Get inside the Posture Dojo, and I'll see you guys in the next video.